All right, y'all, we are back with another video. Now, we've been going over this and see who Donald Trump is going to choose for his vice president. We even called out Vivek. We even said he might choose Kristi Noem, Ben Carson. I mean, it's been a lot of names. Now, Donald Trump goes live on Fox, and he kept repeating this person's name, what made me feel like, wow, is he really going to choose Tim Scott? You know what I'm saying? So it was some names throughout there. Obviously, Fox News, they were trying to get him to, to tell everybody who it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? Because, we even went as far, me and Doug even said Elise Stefanik would be a very, very good one. I still like Elise. I still like Vivek, So we shall see. I want y'all to see this video and y'all let me know what do y'all think, because it seemed like he kept repeating Tim Scott, how good Tim Scott is, this and that. Not saying that's who he's going to pick. But if you listen to the way he was just talking about Tim Scott, it make you feel like, wow, is it going to be Tim Scott? But we're going to check it out. Like I said, make sure y'all hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everybody. They've been showing so much support. Everybody been leaving positive comments in the comment section. I also want to thank everybody who clicked on the video for the very first time. I appreciate all of you. Y'all can do me a favor real quick. Hit that like button so more people can see this video. And y'all let me know down below, who do y'all think Donald Trump is going to choose for his VP? Please let me know. And make sure you stay until the very end. Watch the entire video with me. Really help out a lot. Without further ado, let's dive straight into this. I'm telling you, it's getting closer and closer. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this one.
Trump was on Maria Bartiromo talking about the vice president. And of course, he left everyone more confused than they started because he has no intention of telling you.
Right.
And it sounds like he's walking back that he even knows who he's going to pick.
Exactly.
We'll go through this interview together, including squashing absolutely false rumors that have gone all over the internet. You guys don't have to worry about that kind of a correction on this show. Welcome to Doug in Exile. Let's go.
When will you announce who your VP is?
Not for a while. I mean, we have so many great people in the Republican Party, but not for a while.
Well,
so first of all, he has no intention of telling you.
Right.
What criteria are you using to identify who your running mate is?
Always, it's got to be one thing. It's got to be who would be a good president. I mean, you always have to think that because, in case of emergency, things happen, right? No matter who you are, things happen. It's got to be number one.
Now, that's the best news there is if he's telling the truth, because it means he's not going to try to use the vice presidency to win. That is, put in a diversity hire, put in a woman who may not be qualified for president. So he's going, look, this is just someone who Trump thinks would make the best president.
Right.
Let's keep going, because he's going to squash a few bad rumors out there too.
Who is your running mate?
Well, I have a lot of good people. We have a lot of really good people.
So you haven't decided who it is?
I have a lot of good ideas, but I haven't. And there's no reason to do that quickly.
So you haven't told that person, you're my person?
I speak to everybody. I speak to everybody.
He's being so vague.
Yeah.
Trump. She's going, so you've spoken to that person. Well, I speak to everybody. That's not an answer. And at the very least, even if Trump does know, it sounds like he has not specifically made an arrangement, which is what I thought he was getting at with Stefanik. So
me too.
I think he still hasn't decided, and maybe he's vetting them or whatever, but he has a short list. I believe J.D. Vance, Ben Carson, Elise Stefanik are on it, and maybe someone like a Kristi Noem.
I called Tim Scott this because a lot of people like Tim Scott. I called him and I said, you're a much better candidate for me than you are for yourself. When I watched him, he was fine, he was good, but he was very low-key, et cetera, et cetera. I watched him in the last week defending me and sticking up for me and fighting for me. I said, man, you're a much better person for me than you are for yourself, because for himself, he was low-key. For me, he's been a real tiger. He's been incredible.
This is something I hadn't thought of before. This is why Ron DeSantis was not the right pick for president, even though he's a great, great conservative. He doesn't have a fight in him. He's not the guy who will make a fist. Tim Scott is, but I think Trump is saying like he kind of came to it late in the game. But it also shows that Trump is looking for a kind of a rude brawler in a vice president. to be president, which I didn't think of before, but imagine what the next president is going to have to be able to do. The next president is going to have to fight the left by him or herself without Trump, because Trump will be too old or moved on or whatever. He wants to set up America with the next guy capable of pulling off a win in the ring. Who is that fighter?
Whew.
Again, I think it's Elise Stefanik.
Stefanik?
That's me speculating on who can fight.
Okay.
I think Vivek Ramaswamy is a BSer. I think RFK is a hardcore leftist, and that's the next one to squash. Is these people who were lying to you about RFK this week? No, he was never in the running.
So maybe it's Tim Scott.
Well, it could be a lot of people. No, but that has nothing to do. I don't want anybody to take even any inference, but it's incredible. Kristi Noem has been incredible fighting for me. She said I'd never run against him because I can't beat him. That was a very nice thing to say.
What was the story that your team reached out to RFK Jr.?
It's a false story, no.
It's false.
It's false.
That's why we didn't report on it. It just smelled bad, and it was obviously smelled bad too. I'm going to get into what's so weird about that. I don't get the right's fascination with RFK. RFK is an insane, hardened, leftist Marxist. And they're all going, look, there's like very little difference between Mike Pence and Trump. Let that sink in. I just want to show you how Mike Pence is way out of the game. But his values are very close to Trump's. He just made one different decision on the Constitution than Trump's. Now, the difference between what RFK believes about everything is so far to the left of Mike Pence, including the Constitution. There's nothing in common. And a bunch of conservatives are willing to go for a hardened Marxist, anti-Second Amendment, gun-grabbing, environmentalist, Marxist. RFK supports reparations. Just because he's not Mike Pence, you got to open up your mind to the definition of what being an actual conservative is. Mike Pence, you may not like him, but he is not a rhino. You might call him a traitor, but he's not a Marxist traitor like RFK, and half of our party is ready to put him on the vice presidential ticket, which is crazy. He would destroy this country and destroy the next president.
So will.
You never reached out to RFK?
I like him a lot. Nope, never happened.
Yeah, he's never even reached out to him. So whoever's telling you this stuff...
See, that's the thing right there. I told you, people be lying. That's why you got to kind of pay attention to the stories that being posted and who's saying it. You will get crap like CNN, MSNBC. They'll start running with them false narratives about RFK. So he ain't even spoke to that man. But it was going around, Trump's going to pick him for VP. Now, if you look at it, if Trump is looking for somebody, basically, I ain't going to say if he is, because he is. He looking for somebody that can fight. You heard what he said. Man, he took up for me. You know what I'm saying? He did this, he did that. So basically, Trump is looking for somebody that can take up for him and somebody that he know can run this country if need be. And I've said this plenty of times that Elise Stefanik, man, like I really like this woman has to fight. If you see any of her hearings and stuff, she has to fight to run this country, and she's damn good on that microphone. She get on that microphone, she is good. And Vivek is another one that is good. Like him or not, Vivek. See, a lot of people be saying that Vivek, I don't trust him. He's too smooth talking. He's too this. He's too that. But I really feel like Vivek is a good choice too. That's just my opinion. I really believe Vivek is like, because you got to look at it now. Who can run the country after Trump? After Trump 4 years, who do you think can run the country and keep everything in order? Because Elise Stefanik is good on that microphone, and I believe she'll be a good candidate. Vivek, a good candidate. Now, I've been hearing a lot of people saying Ben Carson, which is another good one. You know, you got J.D. Vance. So, like I said before, it's a lot of good ones. But then you got to start looking at like who can run the country, who's gonna take it over. So, but obviously we know RFK wasn't in it. So I don't know where that rumor started at, but it must be something that the left came up with, so let's keep it going though. But, it's getting closer and closer to that time. It seems like it's like Trump know who it is, but he just don't want to say it. But then I'm listening to him, and he's basically saying that he's looking for somebody who got that dog in them. They got that fight. And that's why you kept saying how he was bragging about Tim Scott this, Tim Scott that. So we shall see, man. It could be between Tim Scott, Vivek, and Elise Stefanik. It could be between those three. We don't know yet, but the way that he's bragging about it, I don't know. Y'all let me know. It could be Tim Scott, but like I said, don't take my word for it. We still waiting to see. But let's keep it going.
Same guys that are telling you that Vivek Ramaswamy is on the map, they don't get it. Vivek Ramaswamy, I love the guy. I'd have him on my show.
Okay.
I think he's a nice guy. I think he's a brilliant guy.
Okay.
I think he's a little too new to conservatism. I think his DNA going back is pretty thin. He scrubbed the support of that George Soros supported him. He scrubbed that off, paid to get it scrubbed off of Wikipedia.
Okay.
So I have some trust issues with the guy in that he's...
Okay, I mean, that's totally understandable. I see what Doug's saying. Doug basically saying that he don't know if he can trust Vivek right now. Because like I said, I've heard a lot of people say that, not just Doug. I've been hearing a lot of people say that. But there's a lot of people that love Vivek, even when he was getting the VP chance and stuff when Trump won the primaries. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, we shall see, though. But I totally understand what Doug is saying right there, because he's not the only one that said that. A lot of people like he's too smooth. I don't know if I can trust him and stuff like that. But we shall see. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But let's keep it going.
Need to get it scrubbed off of Wikipedia. So I have some trust issues with the guy in that he's a fast talker, comes in. By the way, all politicians to some degree make a shift in their values when they get into the election. So I don't get why the right was so enamored with making him vice president when there's so many better candidates than that on principle.
Okay.
Is it fair to believe that you would have a number of your former officials in your new cabinet?
I will put some back, I'll tell you. And by the way, we had unbelievable people. We had some, look, I rebuilt the military.
Yeah, but your critics say you had plenty of personnel mistakes.
No, of course, but everybody does.
But Trump is going into this next administration a much wiser man this time. I think he knows there's people out to stab him in the back, and he's going to have his eyes open now.
Yeah.
What about some of your...
He don't want to get Mike Pence again. He don't see the thing with Trump. He want to get somebody that's going to run this country, not what Mike Pence did. Mike Pence was an absolute traitor. After that Tucker Carlson interview, his career was done. He should have just took care of his own responsibility.
They're your responsibility.
Former officials, do you see them being in this next cabinet? Mike Pompeo, for example.
I don't know.
John Ratcliffe?
He's fantastic. I mean, he's a great guy. John Ratcliffe has done a great job. Yeah.
Dr. Ben Carson?
He's done a fantastic job.
So you're expecting them to be in your cabinet?
Some of them, yeah. I mean, if somebody did a good job, I would do that, yeah.
She only brought up Mike Pompeo and Ben Carson to see if they were on the vice presidential running. She's trying to shake something out of him. He's not giving anything
He ain't
away.
giving nothing away.
I don't know if it's because he knows or if he doesn't know. But now, as you know, I'm flip-flopping on this a lot. Now I'm starting to think, I don't know if he's decided or not. If you don't believe it's going to be Stefanik, Ben Carson, or J.D. Vance, tell me who you think it's going to be in the Congress.
Shout out to Doug. I you know what? I'm with Doug on that right there, man. I don't think Trump even know who it's going to be, or he know who it's going to be, but he don't want to give it up right now. Maybe he's saying it's not the perfect time because I guess he want to make sure everything go right, go smooth and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. It just every time he do these interviews, they're gonna ask him about it, and I'm gonna tell you, Trump is a good talker. He ain't finna let you get him into that little old move where you gonna get something out of him like that. But I mean, just listening to it, it's like, is he leaning towards Tim Scott? Is he looking at Vivek? Because he did make some good comments about Vivek about that he feel like he could run the country. And like I said before, man, I love Elise Stefanik. Oh my God, bro. I'm telling you. I would love that pick right there, Elise Stefanik. I would love that pick right there too. But y'all let me know, who do y'all think Trump is going to pick? After watching this, who do y'all think he's going to pick? Thank you all for watching, and I'm going to catch y'all in the next one.